Hey guys, welcome back to Actually Adultish. Also, welcome back to Nina and Kaylin, sober Nina and Kaylin. We're back, guys. It's us. I'm one of your hosts, Janina.
And I'm your other host, Christina.
And I'm your other host, Kaylin.
Thanks to everybody who is subscribing. It means a lot. If you like the show, make sure you leave a review and a rating on iTunes. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, then subscribe. You can also listen on Stitcher. You can listen on our website. We're always taking requests for topics, and we want to hear if you guys have any life questions you want us to answer. You can send those in on our website, actuallyadultish.com, or you can email us at actuallyadultish@gmail.com. You can also tweet us at actuallyadult. You can send us a message on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/actuallyadultish. And you should also like that page if you haven't already, because we put all of our fun updates on there. But yeah, so you have lots of ways to reach out to us. And today we are going to talk. How did we even come up with this?
I don't know. I guess, do we feel like we're at a place where we've grown a lot and maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. So our topic today is what we would tell our 17-year-old selves, which apparently Nina says there's a show called that.
When I was 17, I think.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
I feel like I feel like I saw an article or something that was titled this, and I was like, oh, we should talk about that, because I always like to hear what people would like to tell themselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we all kind of wrote down some things, but we haven't told each other, so we'll see. I do feel like we're all going to overlap a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
So I don't know. How do you want to do this? Do you want to
go in a circle and just see what happens?
We'll riff off of each other.
Go off each other.
It's a long list, Christina.
Yeah, you've got the longest list by far. So
well, mine are... Okay, I can start. I'll start off... Okay, I'm going to start off with... I feel like I want to start off with, the lighter things.
Okay.
And then get into the more, serious life topics. Okay, one thing I would tell myself would be to study less. Because in high school was just studying so much, and school was everything, and I needed to get 105% on everything, and I was just a psychopath, and I could have spent more time sleeping or hanging out with friends or just doing other things that I enjoyed rather than studying. I could have gotten by doing way less work, and I probably still could have gotten straight A's with doing way less work. But on the other hand of that, I didn't need to get straight A's. That's how I feel now. I mean, would I have if I didn't get straight A's? I probably wouldn't have gotten in here. But I don't. At this point in my life, I don't really think that where I go to college matters for me that much. Just that I'm getting a degree.
Yeah.
Now looking back,
I kind of agree with you, because I was the same way. I feel like we all were the same way in high school. We were overachievers, and not only did I want to do overachieve in school, but I wanted to do everything.
Yeah,
whether it be in sports and all these extracurricular activities. I wanted to do everything, and so I guess my thing would be to sleep more.
Yeah.
sleep way more.
I was talking to one of you about this? We don't know. I don't know how I did it in high school. I was in class from 8 to 3, and then I went home, changed, had a snack, drove back to school, went to volleyball, was at volleyball pretty much all night, and then I would come back home, and then I'd do my homework, and I'd be up until 3 a.m., and then I'd wake up at 6:30 the next morning and do it again.
Yeah.
And
that's crazy.
I put sleep last, and then on the weekends I would usually do something Friday night or Saturday night, but I spent most of my weekend trying to get ahead on schoolwork.
Oh yeah.
I think that's kind of how my schedule was, because I did do sports, and so we had practice either in the morning or right after school, or sometimes both. And I guess the difference between now and then was that we didn't have, I guess, as many responsibilities or chores.
Yeah, that's true.
We didn't have to cook for ourselves normally. And
just do all that other housework stuff.
All the
exactly. You don't realize how much time it takes until you have to do it on your own.
Yeah. And I think also for me, I mean, just everything was so important. Every test was life or death. I needed to get A's. I needed to get into a good college. I I just feel like there's so much pressure on you, and I let it consume me, and I wasn't enjoying the moment, and I wasn't, I feel like I could have done so much more in high school. I do feel like I did a lot. Like, I don't even know how I fit in so much. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't feel like I missed out at all, honestly, but I feel like I could have done even more. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I could have, like, my mental health and physical health suffered a lot because I wasn't sleeping.
Yeah.
Like, straight up, like, the sleep thing was huge. And just the stress of, like, the pressure I put on myself that, like, to literally, I needed 100% on everything. Like, that was unnecessary. That was silly.
Maybe it also had something to do with, like, proximity, because, like, everything's close to you in your community. And also, even with, like, how close you are with people, like your teachers, like, they hold you to high expectations, and you know them personally, so you kind of want to do your best for them too, and not just for yourself. Here in college, it's like you do everything for yourself, and, like, I think that's the best way that we're getting to know ourselves, is holding ourselves to our standards.
That was one of mine, was like, be more selfish. Like, stop.
That's good.
Every time I would be doing, so many commitments I did for other people, or because I thought, like, oh, like, so and so will be impressed if I do this, or this college will like it if I do this. Like, I rarely did things that I actually was passionate about. Which, like, looking back on, I was like, well, why did you do that? But
exactly. Going off of that, I would also say, like, you can't please everyone. And that I think part of that comes with, like, who we are as people. Like, we're people that, like, put other people before ourselves, but then at the same time you get taken advantage of, and that's just, like, the scary part.
Nina and I have been talking about this a lot recently. Even just this morning. That's such a big, in every aspect of your life, you, like, can't please everybody. And it's hard for people like us when I feel like we invest a lot, or I know I do, at least. I'll put, like, everything into a relationship or, like, a friendship. Like, I put the best of myself. I always want to help. I'm putting like, everybody else first, I feel like, a lot of the time, and I don't get it back, and then I am so disappointed. And that goes back to, like, the being selfish thing. Like, you can't expect other people to put you first.
There are times when you have to realize that, like, the only person who's got control is you. Like, in the end.
True. And I feel like sometimes I'm better at it. Like, I turn it off with people who I know aren't, like, my real friends. Like, they're just kind of there. But then I'm still I still want to keep the heart that I've had, and not, like, turn it off with people that I actually care about.
No, and, like, it's hard. Like, I feel as though you were conditioned to just be people pleasers. Like, what we were saying,
Samaritans. And, like, volunteer.
Even back to what you were saying about, like, being selfish back in school, just doing things for yourself. You were doing everything to please other people, and, like, but no matter what you did, no matter if you did everything perfectly, like I know I felt like I was busting my ass in high school to please everybody, but I always felt like somebody was mad at me no matter what. Like, I was busting my ass to do everything I needed to do. Like, I was doing school, I was getting straight A's, I was, like, doing extracurricular stuff, I was volunteering, I was working on the weekends, like, and no matter what, somebody was mad at me because I was busy, because I couldn't hang out, or like there were literally days, like, there were a lot of times actually when we would have morning practice for volleyball, and I, like, would call my coach and I'd be like, I haven't slept at all tonight. I'm not going to practice because in an hour, and I haven't gone to sleep yet tonight. And then he would get mad at me, or like, my parents would get mad at me. My parents would get mad at me because I was studying so much. This was, like, a big source of tension. Like, they would say, stop studying so hard. You don't have to, like, you don't have to do that. Why are you, like, they would get upset, and I just felt like no matter what I did, somebody was mad.
I can relate, because, like, there were times when I knew that I should, like, it's either I study tonight, skip practice, or I do both and I don't sleep at all. And so, like, I didn't want to, like,
but then if you don't sleep, then mom or dad will notice, and mom or dad will be like, you need to sleep, Nina. Like, so what is, like, you try to only sacrifice yourself to please everybody else, but then it doesn't work out.
Yeah. No. And I was in cheerleading in high school, so it was kind of even more like your relationship with your other your teammates are a little bit more closer because you guys have to, like, if one person's gone, an entire stunt group can't work.
Yeah.
So that's also another thing. But I mean, I could have chosen one or the other.
Yeah. No, and I mean, that's just something always, like, even to this day, like, things I would, like, we're saying things we wish we would tell ourselves when we were 17, but that's something I have to tell myself now.
Still constantly.
Like, you can't please everybody. No matter what no matter what you do, somebody's not going to like it. No. Somebody's going to get mad.
So you might as well make yourself happy in the process.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
but it's definitely hard to keep that in perspective. I feel like, and what you were saying before about the proximity thing, like, in high school especially, all eyes are on you. Like, kind of your whole life is like school. Like, your whole life is doing these things to set up yourself up for the future, you know, versus in college. I don't feel like really anyone's paying attention to what I'm doing besides me.
Right.
So it's way easier, you know. In college, you feel the pressure. Like, you're going to class and all of your classmates are competing with you and your parents are watching you when you come home and your siblings are there, and you know, just someone's always like paying attention to what you're doing.
You're under a microscope all the time.
Yeah. And in college it's way easier to get away from that. Like, I could totally like drop off the face of the planet for a week and no one would know. You know, if I really wanted to. Another one I have that's like not super, well, it is kind of serious, but kind of not.
Okay.
Well, okay, whatever. I wish that I had paid more attention to my health. I mean, for me, a lot. I mean, I wrote down here, I was joking, I was like, stop eating gluten. It's killing you. Like, I didn't know, but just in general, I ate like shit. I didn't sleep. I mean, I was like exercising because I was in volleyball, I guess, but not really. And then when I wasn't playing, I was just like not doing anything. I was just not taking care of myself, like, in any way. And I never did anything. And also for my mental health, I wasn't doing anything. Like, I was like, there were times when my anxiety was so bad and like I should have like tried to get help, you know, to deal with it, and I didn't. I really didn't pay attention to my health at all, and I took it for granted, and then that totally backfired on me in college. You know, I reached rock bottom, and like now I know, and now that like my health is like my number one priority, but like I just didn't give a shit about myself, and I can't help but think now, like, if treating myself so poorly in high school caused what ended up happening to me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if I had taken better care of myself, I mean, I think about like the things I like literally lived off of McDonald's fries and toaster strudels and brownies.
You're making
and
me so hungry right now.
like, I mean, it was just crazy. I can't even, you know.
Yeah. How did our bodies handle that?
I don't know. I mean, when you're young, you're so... And I remember people... And the thing was, I went out of my way to, like, eat super poorly. And I would... Because I don't know why I did this. But I would go out of my way to eat, like, shit. And my mom would be like, you need to, like... You're eating horribly. Like, eat something healthy for like one meal, one day of this week. And I'd be like, no. I'm like, look, I'm totally fine and I can eat whatever I want. I'm not sick. Like, she's like, she'd be like, you're gonna get sick, because I'd sit there and I'd eat like 5 tubs of ice cream, and she'd be like, you're gonna get sick. I'm like, I haven't gotten sick, and I'm like, it's been 16 years and I haven't gotten sick, so I'm fine. Like, I would do it just to prove like I don't need to try to take care of my health. Like, I was just a little brat. But
stop being a brat. That's what I told myself.
I wish, like I don't think I needed to necessarily be a health freak like I am now, but like I just wish I had not gone out of my way to be unhealthy. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Well, two things I would tell two other things I would tell my 17-year-old self is to get layers and to stop, like, red lipstick doesn't go with everything.
Oh
you guys know lipstick is my thing, but
yeah.
I mean, I used to do the red lip thing, like, every day.
Oh my God.
But yeah, get layers, because I was looking back at pictures and, like, my hair was literally, like, a straight. Like, it was just straight cut. And, like, at the time, it's, like, it's okay, but, like, I just needed, like... I was just
hilarious.
like, I would give myself a makeover a little bit. I mean, I don't look that different now, but I mean, little tweaks, would help. Especially, and the eyebrows, because Christina got me into like drawing my eyebrows, and I wish I had done that way earlier.
Oh my God.
Do you draw your eyebrows in, Kaylin?
Sometimes.
Are they drawn in right now?
Depends. No.
You have really good.
You have really good eyebrows.
Wow.
You're lucky. You don't really need to.
Yeah, those are really nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
Lucky girl. Eyebrows.
That's cool.
No, I don't know though. I feel like the bad looks, like, I wouldn't take it back because
it's a learning process.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I don't know, and I also just associate it. I don't know. There's something funny about like being awkward looking in high school. And,
everyone
like, looking
does
back.
it. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's okay.
It's part of the process.
Yeah.
Oh, and I would also tell myself not to get the shellac nails like all the time.
Oh my God,
those ruined.
Did you really get those all the time?
I got them like it lasted for 2 weeks, and then after that I would like get it done again.
Oh my God,
it was really bad, and I always got the same color, red. Always.
I never did that. I couldn't handle it. Okay, another one. I was like, don't apply to so many backup schools. I wasted so much money applying to backup schools. Like,
wow.
I literally had no fucking idea where I wanted to go to UCLA. That's because I wanted to be in LA. I did no research about colleges. I'm gonna be honest.
Me
like,
too.
I just was going off location. I was like, well, the only place I want to live is LA. So I guess I'm gonna hope I get into UCLA. And then I was like, okay, I need to just apply to a bunch of backup schools so I make sure I get in. Because college nowadays is such a crapshoot. Like you can be. I mean, that's a whole other topic. It's ridiculous. Like the smartest kids. I mean, no one's guaranteed anything, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But I straight up applied. I think I probably applied to like 15 schools that were just
15.
Yeah, like straight up backup schools, and like it was a waste of money, and I don't know why I spent my time or my money doing that.
I was super worried too. But I just wanted a school like in California.
Yeah.
I was looking for a location and proximity to I guess where my family was gonna move.
Yeah.
So, but
no. When I also applied to all these random ass schools that I just applied to them because I was like, I'm pretty sure I'll get in. Mm-hmm. But realistically, I would never. Oh my God, I hate when someone texts me. I would never have gone there. Like I don't know why I applied to schools in like Boston. Like I like
Boston.
I applied to a bunch of schools on the East Coast,
okay.
and I've visited there and I like it, but I know I could never live there.
I can't see you.
I would never live there. Yeah,
Coast.
I just know I would never live there. Like I like visiting; it's fun. But
yeah.
So I don't know why. I was just like, I don't know why I applied to every like state school.
You were being cautious.
And then all these schools on the East Coast that I like knew I was gonna get into because I needed 20 backups. Like I'm only going to one college. Oh my God. Sorry guys. This is like not okay. But yeah, that was another one. Kaylin, do you have
my main one honestly was like, your parents are usually right.
I love that.
Honestly, that was my biggest one. Like realizing, oh, like your family's actually pretty important. They usually do actually have your best interests in mind. Like that's something I would tell my younger self. Like, shut up. Listen to what your dad's lecturing you on. He's right. You're being a little shit. Like,
do you have an example of something that you didn't listen to them about?
Well, the prime example would be the person I dated for 2.5 years. My family hated him, and and that just like fuels it when you're young. You're like, yeah, well, whatever. Like, I don't need your approval, but no, sometimes you do.
Yeah.
But no, and just like little things, like the little things you don't realize that you're being stubborn about for no reason. Just like little like homework things, or like, yeah, you're studying too much, or oh, it's okay if you do this, not do this, or no, it's not, being very argumentative and like never taking their advice and like thinking like they don't know, they don't understand. And I'm seeing it now with my little brother because he's like entering high school and he like everything's the end of the world, everything's a big deal, like, And I'm like, oh my God, that's how I was.
Yeah.
You know? Getting
I
a B was like, I know.
Yeah.
I can't get a B. I can't get a B. You know?
I think that depends on who your parents are, though. Like, I wouldn't tell myself that.
No, it does.
Like,
it does. But like all these things, like,
no, for sure.
I'm like the odd man out here because most things you guys are saying, I'm like, not really.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Like in high school, I was really, really healthy. Mm-hmm. I've always been like median with the health thing.
Yeah,
like I've always been like pretty good about it, but like I will go out and have unhealthy food or have a week where I don't, or you know, whatever.
How normal people are.
So I usually do like pretty straight lines. So I was like,
I was doing.
I was healthier in high school.
We should do like an evolution of our like health
God.
journey because
that would be funny.
Yeah,
a day of eating in Christina when she was 15 versus Christina when she's 21 would be psycho. But going off of what you're saying about the family thing, I wouldn't tell myself to like listen more to my parents, but actually I'd probably tell myself to listen less because it got me in trouble when I took their advice. But I wish I had valued like my family time more. I spent and it goes back to the studying thing too. I spent my high school career in my bedroom like studying, and I wish I had like gone downstairs and like watched TV with my family, you know, just like I do miss family time, and like now it's kind of like too late, everyone's gone, you know. It's never like that again. Or like my mom would try and like, can we all go out to dinner Friday night? And I was like, ew, no, I'm going out with my friends, you know.
Right.
And I think there's a balance. Like I wouldn't say like always hang out with your family, but I was really giving nothing to my family.
And that's how most high schoolers are.
Yeah.
It's like a zero like percent time with your you know.
So I do think I wish that I had given them more of a chance, you know. Because then when you go away you like miss it.
Yeah.
Well, I did, at least. I was like, I wish I could just watch Castle on Monday night with my family.
I know. I think when we moved into our dorms, that was like it hit you like you weren't with your family anymore, and you got kind of homesick. I didn't like that feeling. It was weird.
Yeah. Do you have another one, Nina?
Okay, so like when I was in high school, I wasn't afraid to do anything. Like I always went out of my comfort zone and did it. But I felt like as I maybe like recently I've been a little bit scared to do that. I don't know if it's because if it's because like I'm on my own now. I have no idea why. Like, do you know why that may be? Like, so I would basically tell myself to keep that mentality of like failing is not trying.
Yeah.
Because like now it's like I feel.
Do you think that that's been like, how recently do you feel like that's been going on?
Probably, I mean, compared to like most people, I do still try a lot of things that like I go to clubs, and like my freshman year of college, I tried so many clubs and wasn't afraid. But I guess, you know what? Maybe it was when I started becoming comfortable and having like my own set of friends in college. That's when I became comfortable and didn't want to try anything new, you know? Like I used to volunteer so much in high school and did all these things that were like I just wanted to do for fun. And like now it's like because I'm also because I'm busy.
Yeah, well, is it that you're really scared, or you're just like kind of found your groove?
I might be like confusing the two. It might be because I'm busy and I feel like I don't have time.
I feel like you're pretty fearless. I don't know. But I think that also has to do with, what did I write down? I wrote down people aren't thinking about you as much as you think they are. Being so worried about what everybody else was thinking, but meanwhile everyone else is worried about that too. Like I felt like everybody, like if I got a 98 on my test, everybody would know, and everybody would like make fun of me. Or if I went to school and I had a zit on my face, everybody would know, and everybody would like make fun of me, and it would be the big news. Or if I got, you know, like I'm like, it's like no one gives a shit.
Yeah,
like
you're right.
You know, like I was just talking about this. Even when we were talking about this the other day, I was like, I went downstairs to get a package, and I was like in my pajamas, like had my retainer in, had zit cream on, you know, my hair is all fucked. Like I don't give a shit. Like I'll walk around the apartment complex like that, but like I would never have walked around the dorms.
Me neither.
Like looking like not put together.
Yeah.
You know?
Because I was thinking like we were gonna have like visitors or like the hot guy down the dorm hall would come by.
Yeah.
You know?
And now I'm like, no one's gonna, if someone sees me, I don't care. They're not gonna remember me. Like no one's paying attention.
Exactly.
Like I'm not paying attention. When I'm walking around, I see people, I'm not look like, you know, I don't care what you're doing. If you yourself don't care, then you're not gonna have a problem like going about your day. Yeah.
And thinking about other people.
Yeah, definitely. Nina's drinking a really green smoothie right now.
It looks like swamp, but it's so good.
It looks good though. I like it so green, but she put arugula in it, which is questionable.
Cooking arugula is actually good.
Yeah, it is.
After I seen you do it like every night, I like
sauteed.
it.
Yeah.
Saute.
Okay, another one I said is don't put energy into relationships where the other person isn't reciprocating.
Yes.
Huh, seriously.
Like story of my life. I mean, I have nothing else to say about it, really.
Like the people pleaser one.
Yeah, I think about it now, and so many of my friends treated me like shit, and I just like kind of let them, and I was just putting all this energy trying to save the relationship, and I was making plans, and I was texting first. It's like the little things, you know, like, and like I felt like I was putting in all the effort, and everybody else just expected me to, and it even came down to just like everybody would assume it's always at my house. I'm hosting. I'm cooking. My mom's cooking. It was my mom who was cooking. I was fucking cooking. But like, you know, like I was driving. I was like, also just emotionally, I felt like I always felt like I was the person that everybody was dumping their secrets on and dumping their problems on. And I don't mind that. Like, I love being able to be there for somebody. But the problem was that, like, I mean, you guys know, if I'm like dumping my problems on you, it's kind of I really trust you. I don't do that often. I only do that when I'm about to crack. Like I'm literally about to crack. And so the few times I would try and then I wouldn't get any emotional support, or like they wouldn't want to hear it. They wouldn't have time for me.
And they're the problem because for you to be a person that they trust is like, it's a good thing and you shouldn't change that. But they're definitely the problem. You just have to adjust who you care
Realizing
for.
that at a younger age is helpful.
Like I shouldn't have kept, like after that was happening, I kept trying to pursue those relationships. Or even just like, I think back to making friends, like, you know, I would invite people to things and hang out with them, but then they wouldn't invite me. And I kept trying, and I don't know. And then as I got older, I was like, what the fuck? I don't give a shit about you if you don't give a shit about me. But when I was younger, for sure, that was something that I wish I realized.
Yeah. Ailey and I were talking about this today, and she was like, yeah, sometimes I wonder, like, if I just sit back, like, who would reach out to me?
Yeah. That's a good I think about that all the time.
Yeah. And I feel like with
it's kind of scary.
Yeah. With the people that I'm close with, I feel like we're equal. Like we both reach out to each other and like want to do things, you know?
Yeah. I feel like it took me a long time though to find people that I felt like the relationship was equal on both sides. It took me a long time. Probably like until this year. You know? It's just sad.
Yeah.
But I also feel like in high school, like when you're 7, like there's such a power play with everybody.
It's different, yeah. And like your best friends in college are so different from your best friends in high school. Like definitely. The amount of like, I don't know, just the drama and like what you expect of them, what they expect from you. It's just in college, it's so much more relaxed and like you put in what you want to get out of it. No one's gonna care. It's very different in high school.
And it's also like I feel like in college it's harder. You're not around people as much, so you're only gonna like put in time to somebody that you care about. Like in high school, you're showing up to school every day. You're gonna see them whether or not, you know. Like in college, like I'm not gonna go out of my way to text you and be like, "Hey, you want to hang out?" Unless I like really like you and like want to be friends with you, you know. Like because I could be doing other things. Like so, yeah. I don't know. I think that was a big one for me.
That's why I'm glad like we live together, like because you guys are my close friends, and so you know how they always say like don't live with like your friends. Well, I feel like sometimes it could be a good thing because like you wouldn't have seen them if they weren't in your apartment.
Well, that's the thing. It really depends on the people, because like people like us who are like really busy, really independent, like very really chill. Driven. If we, you know, like you go a couple days without being able to talk to them because you're just busy, no one's like, oh my god, Like,
I know.
she's never in the apartment. She won't hang out with
I
me.
can't imagine
Yeah.
like that.
No, I don't get that.
Yeah, me neither.
But like, I love the friends that you don't see them for a really long time, but when you hang out with them, it's like it was yesterday.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't even
I
matter.
feel like
That's the best.
all of my friends are basically like that, because when you have your own life and you're focused on that, you're not upset with somebody for not hanging out with you because other things are more important. And when you see each other, it's like happy.
Exactly.
I feel like that's just like true friendship. If you need constant validation and constant,
Yeah.
like if you can go a long
So
time,
exhausting. I don't know how
it
people
is
do
too
that.
exhausting, and like just like really dependent. I can't handle that. Dependent bitches.
Back to that.
Yeah, back to dependence.
We have an episode on dependence.
Yeah,
Go
check it out if you haven't already. Yeah, I'm looking at my list. I feel like a lot of mine are like I'm just saying the same thing over and over in different words. I was like, the people around you don't matter. Do what makes you happy. Don't listen to what other people think. I was thinking about that when I read that in terms of like majoring and stuff, which just goes back to what we were talking about, like how people have so much pressure on choosing a certain major, a certain career path. And I felt that pressure too.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter what anybody else has to say, you know?
Yeah, going off of that, I would say that everything's going to be okay, and what you have planned right now is not actually what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Do a 180
So-
from what you think is going to happen.
So I think I would tell myself to explore more, because I thought I had such a direct path and like it was very straight line, and it's totally different now. So
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
The bottom line, really, like all of our answers are like, care about yourself more. Like emotionally,
Self-love.
physically.
Yeah.
Like if you don't want to be doing something, don't do it. If you're interested in something, do it. If people aren't like emotionally reciprocating, stop.
Yeah.
Like if you want to hang out more with your family, hang out more with your family. Like
I think
doing what
naturally
you want.
we learn to do that now, which is good.
Yeah.
But I do
It's
think,
so
I don't
nice.
know. I mean, I know for me, that's still just always a constant struggle.
No, it still is.
You know?
It's our personalities
Yeah.
to try and like please
Yeah.
and be the best.
Yeah,
And like
just be selfless.
Yeah.
But putting yourself first is so... I was just talking about this today in therapy. My therapist was like, Christina, you can't be a good friend to other people if you're not being a good friend to yourself first. Because I drive myself crazy and then I can't. She's like, you can't show up for someone else if you can't show up for yourself. You know, it's like...
It's
I
true.
like that. I
What's
really
that
like that.
quote about like fill your cup? Something about filling a cup. You can only fill your cup, someone else's cup, if you filled your first. That's not the quote at all, but it's that idea with a cup. being
Yeah.
Filled. But yeah, like I think that's kind of what it all comes down to, putting yourself first. But I feel like in high school I didn't know how to do that, or I didn't even stop to think about it. I was so busy.
I think I kind of knew, but it was like, well, who cares? Like, it doesn't matter. You don't like value yourself enough to like be like, yeah, you know what? I'm quitting this thing and I'm not going to do this anymore. And those people, fuck those people. Like,
Well, I guess I
Everything
just
was
like
interconnected.
yeah.
I just
social
like
was-
didn't know what that meant. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I knew I wasn't totally happy, but I didn't know. I was like, well, I don't know what the hell would make me happy, because like I need to do this to like I need to do this so that I get into good school, and
A
that's
lot
gonna
of it
make
was
me
that like
happy.
lie of like,
Yeah.
well, I'm doing this so I'll be happy in college.
Yeah,
I'll
it
be
was
happy
always
where
so
I
I'll be
am.
happy
Later.
In the
Later, it was
future.
never for
it was
now.
always thinking
yeah.
in the future. Yeah.
Yeah,
And if you do that your whole
right.
life,
Then
you're
you'll
just
never
gonna
be
die
happy.
and
Yeah.
be unhappy.
Yeah.
So maybe like thinking like to live is to live presently, but then you thinking in the future but living presently.
There's a different, there's a huge difference. Huge difference.
Because we're going to school for our future, but you got to live in the moment too.
Yeah,
at the
I'm
same
not
time.
just holding on to that idea of what's gonna, in
Yeah.
5 years.
Yeah,
Like
'cause
I'm
that
gonna
could
enjoy it
change.
now too. Yeah.
And now that you're like, I would say that over and over again in my head. I'm like, I just have to get through these
Right.
few years. I just have to get through these years. Then I'll be happy. Then I can calm down. Then I won't have so much homework. Then I won't have so much this or that. I
Yep.
just have to get through it.
Such
And
a lie.
I wish that was a horrible thing
Bad.
to be telling myself. But the thing was, other people were telling me that too.
Oh, everyone.
You know,
I think that's what they ingrained in our
Yeah.
heads.
And
is
that's
like
so
do this.
fucked
Everyone,
up.
friends, like family, your teachers,
yeah.
like, oh, you're almost out of high school. You're almost out of here. Like,
Yeah.
And then they
Okay.
throw us in a place where we're supposed to figure out right then and there what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
when someone's been telling us our whole lives.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
No, now that I'm thinking about this, it's making me mad. Like, fuck that. Fuck everybody who's telling all these young people, like, you just have to get through it. You'll, like, it's for your future. Like, no, like, you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know?
And instead of doing that, they should have been like stimulating our environment even more.
Yeah.
Instead of like, you know, making us look beyond.
We shouldn't have to pick between being happy now and being happy later.
Right.
You know, it should be both. You know?
They always made this like picture like there's an end goal,
Mhm.
but like it's never an end goal. We're always evolving.
Exactly.
I had a teacher actually in high school who used the analogy like, do you go to a symphony just to hear the last note? No, you go for like the whole thing. You go
Yeah.
for the journey. That's how life is.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Ooh,
I like that.
so
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, but I feel like in high school there were moments people would say things like this to me, but I just wasn't listening. Like, you know,
No.
like people would give me actual, like these things that I have written down, people said to me, but I was just like, whatever. Like, I didn't pay attention. I was like,
No.
nobody else understands. Like, they're
yeah.
wrong. Like,
This is me. You don't know.
yeah, like, because it's just a lot. I mean, all this stuff sounds like fluff, like, you know, but
Yeah.
if you really internalize it,
Yeah.
it can like change your life.
Definitely.
Seriously.
Yeah, I guess when I was 17 and then like picturing myself when I'm 21, you picture yourself as something like, you know, I guess like this dream or whatever. And then now that you're here, you're picturing yourself, your future self. And then when you're there, you're always picturing like your future self. So
Yeah.
I guess it's like happiness that you're pursuing or whatever goal you're pursuing isn't a destination. It's more like a journey. And like you're always like constantly pursuing it and trying to
Yeah.
balance everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
Beautifully put, Nina.
Thank you.
Way to wrap it up.
Yeah, that was good. Well, I didn't have any. That was basically all of mine.
Yeah, we went through like everything.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Love yourself.
That big idea. That big idea.
Put yourself first.
You'll be happier.
Yeah, definitely. So we would love to hear what you guys would tell your 17-year-old selves. So if you have something that we didn't cover, or even if we did cover it, but you would tell yourself, send it in. You can email us at actuallyadultish@gmail.com, or you can go to our website, actuallyadultish.com, and submit it there. We really, really want to hear from you guys. Also, if you have any other questions, any other topics, feel free to submit them. Tweet us at actuallyadult, or send us a message on Facebook, facebook.com/actuallyadultish, and make sure you subscribe on iTunes or Stitcher or both, and tell all your family and friends to listen. Spread it around. It's the best. So yeah, I think that's it for today. Thanks for joining us. We will talk to you again next week. Bye.